Now we got part 2 of our big information listing drop that we got here from JT Prime 17. And this one is the entire rollout of what's going to be happening with the Transformers Generation Selects line in 2022 and early 2023. Now, these are the case assortments, so pretty much how it's going to be in stores, because Gen Selects in other regions of the world appears in retail. So we also get to know the numbers and how these are going to be distributed. Now, the first one on this list, and this is a fascinating list because it's a lot of really deep cuts and a lot of things, but the first thing on this list is the Titan Returns Black Zarak. That one we know, and we know its case assortment. It's a Titan, so it's got to be 2 per case. So that's probably the least exciting of the bunch, even though it's supposed to be the big heavy hitter item that people are excited about, me included. All I could say really is, hey, you finally get a figure that previously in the past was worth tons of money and was fragile as hell. And now we got a nice, bigger, better, modern version. Let's put it that way. So if you want to get your Master Force on, it's coming soon. Here's all the new stuff. Now, first one here, we have a Deluxe Class Clampdown. Clampdown, for people who aren't familiar with who that character is, essentially was during those days when eHobby was creating all these new kinds of characters and everything. They would take all these G1 reissues that they were doing, and they were giving them new character spins on them, and one of them was that of Clampdown. He came with a set with deep cover. We already have our deep cover, so we need our Sideswipe Police in Clampdown. So he had his original 2003 eHobby release based on the Generation 1 mold, and then years later he would actually get a Masterpiece release in 2015 with the Masterpiece Clampdown, which I have sitting in my collection. What an obscure character, but it's that Diaclone homage, and that's going to be the flavor of everything we're going to be talking about here for the next while. Next one we have here, not Diaclone, but kind of a given, Voyager class Cyclonus Armada. This one fascinates me. Again, 8 per case. And by the way, the Clampdown is 24 standalone case, but that's how it is usually with the Generation Select stuff. It's a standalone figure in a case of 24 if it's a Deluxe. In the case of a Voyager, it's 8. And we have here the Cyclonus Armada. Now, this one is fascinating to me because the Armada character has always been this weird thing. It's always been like, is it a character? Is it just an army builder thing? I know that when I was doing bios for TFCon, we had a character by the name of Anarchy, which was supposed to be this messed up version of one of the Armada that had a god complex and stuff. And there's a whole story with that. And he ended up getting an exclusive with TFCon, which was a Hard Heroes bust done in like a dark metallic purple. Whole story with that that I'll cover in another time in the future. But I'm very curious what the color scheme is going to be for this one. If I get a nice metallic, all purple, deep purple color scheme, I'm going to be a very happy Proto Man. Let's put it this way, to have Anarchy get an official release. But we don't know what the color scheme will be, but it'll be some kind of army builder Cyclonus. Maybe a Cyclonus in a more non-purpley, more metallic. See, because we've seen some Cyclonus characters in the background from ACOM in Season 3, and they be done more in a, I guess like a kind of a light gray going into blue, kind of cup but not cup teal. I've seen a lot of those in the background. Maybe they'll go with that color scheme. Who knows? But some kind of army builder. Look, we already got our sweep with Scourge. I guess we got to get our Armada with Cyclonus. No Shattered Glass version anytime soon with the Hot Rod colors. And speaking of Hot Rod colors, Deluxe Class Lift-Ticket. Now, for people that are confused about that, this is a G.I. Joe trademark that is being saved, but it's also a throwback to another G.I. Joe trademark that was being saved, which was Bakon. They were going to do a Diaclone homage kind of set back in the day. Since Bakon was also with the G.I. Joe brand with Fun Publications, they took the Lift-Ticket license, they put it on a Hoist Generations Thrilling 30 mold, and we had Lift-Ticket an homage to the old Diaclone red and yellow Hoist mold. And that was that. So guess what this is going to be? Earthrise Hoist, red and yellow color scheme. It's Lift-Ticket. That's all I got to say. And following up that with the next one, a lot of people were confused with this one, but if you look at the lift ticket and you look at the clampdown, you kind of see what's going on here. Deluxe Class DK-3, also a Deluxe, 24 per case. Well, DK-3 was the number for the Diaclone, just like how you have Hoist. Now you have to have Hoist's other repaint, retool mate in that of Trailbreaker, and DK-3 was the blue Trailbreaker in the Diaclone line, so it's probably going to be a Trailbreaker done in blue with some red accents. I'm calling it now. That's probably how it's going to be. And the last one we have here, Deluxe Class Guard. A lot of people are confused about this one. What could it be? What is it representing? I think, and this is just a guess, this one is totally off base, but I mean, it kind of makes sense to kind of fill the void of something that hasn't been done. The Quintesson guards, more specifically the bailiff that came with the Hasbro Generation Selects, aka Hasbro Selects Pit of Judgment. The bailiff figure came in a weird kind of like brown and I don't know, like yellowish bile kind of color scheme, which wasn't accurate to his color scheme in the movie. And he was just kind of a filler piece in that box set of the Pit of Judgment. So I think this could be potentially a Deluxe Class Quintesson guard using that sculpt of the bailiff done in in movie accurate colors. Now keep in mind the Quintesson bailiff was just a retool of the Alicon, given a different kind of shape and everything, new robot head and chest and all kinds of stuff going on. So not to waste a mold, and considering the original release in that box set technically wasn't color accurate, I think it's going to be an individual release of that. I'm just calling it now on that one. So that's it for the Generation Select stuff. Pretty interesting stuff, to say the least. A lot, like half of it is Diaclone homages, half of it is Transformers the movie stuff, and then there's the lone Master Force release that we knew about quite a few months ago. So very cool. Of the bunch, I'm definitely interested in that Diaclone stuff. Lift Ticket was pretty awesome. We'll definitely have to keep an eye out for that. So let me know what you think. Who do you like the most? And we still have one more segment to go of this crazy stuff, and it's that of the Transformer Legacy stuff. Now, a lot of it isn't very new, but there is a few little pieces here that are interesting to discuss, and it'll also be, I guess, a reiteration of what's going on with 2022 and 2023 with our main line, our sidelines with Studio Series and Studio Series 86, and our online stuff with that of the Generation Select. So get hyped, and I'll be with you guys really, really soon.